What's up, internet land? What's up, Facebook Live? This is your buddy, your friend, your homie, Dion Dr. Pippa Sylvester, coming to you live in full effect once again with the Wealth Code Reveal Show. You know, I do it from behind the screen. I do it from the TV desk. Hey, I even come to you driving in my car if I feel that it was dropped on me to give you this knowledge, this wisdom, and this understanding. I'm going to be with you shortly today, maybe about 5-6 minutes or something like that. But I wanted to talk to you about the difference in having money and making money, because it is a difference in the two. What's the difference in having money and making money? Everybody who go to work, we make money, right? We make money on our job. When we make money on our job, normally what happens? We get paid direct deposit, right? And when we get paid direct deposit, where did that money go? That money is directly deposited into our bank account. So we making money. We make money hand over foot, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm making paper. But who have the money? Are you feeling me? You make money, but who have the money? It's a difference. The banks have the money. You make the money, you give it to the bank has the money. Okay, now because the bank have it, what do they do with it? Do the bank keep it? Do the bank keep your money? That's a good question. We all got common sense. We know we logical people. We know that money that we put in that bank on Friday for direct deposit is not just sitting in that bank. If you thought that was the case, think again. What are they doing with that money? The bank is giving your money a job. Yeah. The bank takes the money that you make, now they have it, and they give it a job. Period, point blank. And what's the job of the money? When the bank give your money a job, what is the end result? To make more money. Period. Okay. So yeah, you work your 40 hours for the week. You make $50,000 a year. When you get paid around $1,000 a week per se, and it's directly deposited into the bank. So you make the money, but the bank have the money. Now that the bank have the money, the bank gives the money a job. They multiply your money. Why don't you multiply your own money? I'll wait. Why don't you multiply your own money? Oh, okay. Because you don't know how. Right. I'm not talking about going to buy real estate, because real estate is an investment, of course. But when you buy real estate, say you worked hard for your money, you got your money, then you went and bought some property. When you buy property, the property, if you're using it for rental income, you need a tenant inside the property, right? If you buy property and you don't have a tenant, who's responsible for that payment? You are. Okay. So I'm not talking about you buying a piece of property for real estate and then that is making money. I'm talking about what the banks do. Do you think the bank goes to buy real estate? You and I both know when a property goes into foreclosure, the bank does not want the property. The bank is trying to get rid of that property as fast as it possibly can. Foreclosure. They're not trying to sit on foreclosure. They're trying to sell those for pennies on the dollar. And when they sell it for pennies on the dollar, they're going to take it and they're going to invest it right back into the global economy. They're going to invest it into the foreign exchange. They're not going to take our U.S. dollars and invest in other U.S. dollars. They're going to take our U.S. dollars and invest in the global currency. That's what it's called. It's called currency. It flows. Money always flows, no matter if you're calling it the U.S. dollar, the Japanese yen, the Deutschmark, the Swiss franc, the Canadian dollar, whatever it is currency and it is always flowing. So you make the money, you put it in the bank takes the money, they have it now, and they're going to multiply it. Why don't you multiply your own money? Because you weren't given the financial education on how to. And because you weren't given the financial education on how to multiply your money, it's kind of like a fear. It's that false expectation appearing real. What we don't know, we fear, and what we fear, we make excuses of why we stay away from it. So that's why people that's on your job, when you're talking to them, I mean, let me ask you. When you were born, from the time you were born to the age that you are right now, say your age right now, say your age out loud. From the day you were born to the age that you are right now, do you have everything in life that you have always wanted? No, of course you don't. If you had everything in life that you always wanted, then life would be perfect, right? And life is not perfect because you don't have everything that you want. And let me ask you about the things that you do want outside of perfect health and an outstanding relationship with the Most High. When it comes to the material things that you desire and want, how much is that? How much does that cost? Literally, if you had no limitations on it, how much would it cost to attain all of the goals and dreams that you had for yourself in your life? Probably be a lot. Okay. So everybody who's listening has a different dollar amount, but nonetheless, it's a dollar amount. Trust me, remind y'all, this is about making money and having money. You make the money, the bank has the money. The bank has the money because they know how to multiply it and make it grow into more. Do you know how to take your money and multiply it into more is the question. If you don't know how to multiply your money and make it into more, would you like to know how to do that? Would you be interested in learning how to give your money a job just like the bank does with your money? It's a simple question. Yes or no? If the answer is yes, I would love to know how to multiply my money and give my money a job and make it grow while I am at work making money. I want my money to make money. If that is you, then shoot me a text and I will give you the information that you are looking for. My number is 708-986-1396. I say it again, I'm spreading it all over internet land because there are people that know that they work hard and they make money, but they want to know how to have money. If you have money every single day of your life, the decisions that you make about the things in life that you want, you would go about them differently because you have money and you're not just making money. So text me 708-986-1396. We have a private Facebook group that is showing people exactly what it will take for you to multiply your money. I do not make a dime off of sharing this information with you. I do not make a dime off of seeing your money multiply and grow for you. That is for you and for your family. That is to break the generational curse that is upon our generations. Look, guys, if you got kids, if you got any children and your child is like 3 years old, 10 years old, like right in high school, and you know that they can't retire until they're 65, what year will that be when your child is at a retirement age? Not you, not when you retire, but when your child is retiring, do you want them to have the same lifestyle that you have right now? Do you want your child, when they are 65, to have the same lifestyle that you will have at 65? Of course you don't. Of course you won't. Everybody wants their child to do better, to be more, to have more. But what kind of inheritance are we leaving our children if we did what our parents and grandparents did? My granddaddy worked his finger to the bone, died of cancer. He was able to leave a house to my granny. My granny died, that house went away. My mother and my father had a heart attack at age 50. My mom is 65 years old and still works a job. Do I want to be 65 and work a job? No, but if I continue to live the lifestyle that my grandparents and my parents gave upon me, then guess what footsteps that I am going to walk into? I am going to be at that same pace. So I had to learn a skill. I had to learn something that would give me an entirely different education on money. I don't want to make money. I want to have money. You should want to have money, not make money. Your money is supposed to make money. You're supposed to live a lifestyle of going where you want to go, waking up when you finish waking up, traveling where you want to travel. But how do you do that if nobody ever taught you how to have money? All they taught us was how to make money. How do you make money? You go and you trade your time for it. You work at a job, you punch a clock, you punch out. You become self-employed, you become a barber, you become a hairstylist. You become a dentist, you become a doctor. Those were the ways that we were taught on how to make money, not have money. Guys, if I told you that you could put yourself in a position where, because you've learned and been conditioned how to make money all of your life, that you can take a small portion, like 10 to 20 cents out of the money that you make, and take 20 cents and create a lifestyle with that 20 cents a day where the money begins to have money and it multiplies and it compounds. Compound interest on 20 cents turning into $1 after 10 days is what? Let's do the math. 20, 40, 60, 80, $1. 20, 40, 60, 80, $2. Okay, so over 10 days, we took $2 and we are going to make that $2 have money. That $2 or 20 cents a day is going to turn into $1 a day. Okay, that's 10 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you took $2. Mind you, stay with me now. You took $2 that you worked for. You made this money. So the $2 that you made, you took it and you said, I want you to go out and go have some money. I want you to go and make money. That $2 went out and brought you back $10 in 10 days. Would you stop? Would you stop giving that 20 cent a job? If the 20 cent brought you back $1 a day. Like I said, we're not talking real estate. You're not investing in real estate. You're giving your money a job. This is how you have money, not make money. You can make money at AT&T. I made money at AT&T. I had a job. But now I have money. I want you to have money. How do you have money? Let's go back to our scenario. 20 cents a day that turned into $1. In 10 days, that $2 turned into 10. Would you stop? Or would you do it again for another 10 days? If you did it for another 10 days, that's $4. And now that is what? $20. Your $4 has turned into $20. Let's do it another 10 days. Would you still do 20 cents? Or would you take it to 30 cents now? Would you give the money that has money now a raise? Listen to what I am telling you guys. For generations, we have been taught through our educational system to go to school, get good grades, and get a job. I'm so sick of that cliche. You should be sick of that cliche. Mom's 65, still working. How many people do you know that retired only to have to go back to work to make more money? You feel what I'm saying? It's a vicious cycle. It's a generational curse. We need to break that curse off of our family. How do you do that? The only way you can do that is through exercising financial education. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face until your ears fall off that you need to learn how to multiply money. But if you don't take action, you will continue to give your children what your parents and what my parents gave me and gave you. The opportunity to continue to make money. The opportunity to continue to work for a living. Guys, I don't want you to work until you shouldn't have to work until you're 65. You have to learn this skill so that you can teach it to your loved ones. I say 20 cents into a dollar, but guys, what if it was $20 into $100? The principle is the same. The principle does not change at all. You can have or you can make it. And for anybody that's listening to the sound of my voice that says money is not important, money is not all that important. Don't go to work Monday morning. Don't go to work. Why do you go to work? Really, honestly, why do you go to work? And some people say, I love my job. I go to work because I love my job. Okay. Do you love the job or do you love the lifestyle that it provides you to have? Because if you make $50,000 a year and I positioned you where you made $1,000 a week without having to punch a clock, would it still be the same love for the job? Because you have the same amount now to live the same lifestyle that you had. If you had the financial education that showed you how to have money for the rest of your life, would you sit on it? Would you keep it to yourself? Or would you share it with as many people as you possibly could? See, for me, I don't need to go Facebook Live. I learned a skill where I know how to have money every day of my life. I know how to make money multiply every day of my life. I've learned the skill. Did I have that skill 6 months ago? No, I did not. As there were 99% of the people that's living in this world that did not have that information as well. In order to play in the arena that I'm talking about of foreign exchange, you needed a liquid asset amount of $3 million. That's why 99% of us didn't know it, because you needed that type of hard cash. And they had an extreme credit check to run in order for you to get this type of information. But now with the birth of technology, you have a smartphone now. Are you smarter than your phone? You should be, because your phone is actually a currency exchange. If you've ever been to a currency exchange, you know where you get paid a check, you take the check, give them the check, they give you the money. That's currency exchange. You can also do foreign exchange in some currency exchanges. But your phone is now its own currency exchange. If you didn't know that, I am telling you now, your phone is a currency exchange. And you can actually exchange currency on your phone every day and profit every day and have money from your smartphone every day. Make sure that you become smarter than your phone. I'm going to show you how to do that. Text me 708-986-1396. I'm going to share with you what was shared with me. There are so many people that have this information and they don't share it with anybody. They are making a mint. They're doing extremely well financially, but they're keeping it to themselves. I believe generational curses should be broken. I believe that there are people outside of this United States of America and other countries and third world nations that live off of like $400 and $500 for the month that need the same exact financial education. There are single mothers here that are raising their children off of government assistance that need the same education. So why would I keep it to myself? Why would I harbor this? There are gentlemen who are fathers to children. They are incarcerated. When they get out of being incarcerated, they need to have a way to provide for their children, provide for the mother of their child. Get out of jail. These women have been standing by these men. They man's been locked up 9 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. She's standing by him. When he gets out, society don't want to give him a job. We need to break the generational curse of finances over our families. We need to understand how to have money and not just make money. Guys, if you're listening to this live, just put a 1 down in the comments. I will make sure that I put you into our private group where there is nothing but like-minded individuals that share this information, and we do it every day because we care not only about ourselves, but about you and your families. I am currently designing a family crest with my last name. My last name starts with an S. My family crest will have an S on it. I am creating that, and I am going to have that over the fireplace, and it's going to be there because my children and my grandchildren are going to understand how to have money, not just make money, not just work for money, but to have money work for them. So we will never be in a situation that my parents were in, that my grandparents were in, and that my great-great-grandparents in. The generational curse stops here. It stops in your family. It stops in my family. It stops in the family of your loved ones as well, because once you get this information, you're going to share it with them as well. If you're checking in this, if you're watching this later, put a 1 in the comments below. Share this video on your page. People need to understand the generational curse is over with. The generational curse is broken. We will not have this on our lives anymore. My plea to you is that you are open-minded enough to understand this information, ingest this information, learn to live it. Can't give you everything over on a Facebook Live, but I can pour my heart out to you to let you know that I do care enough about you and your family that I believe that the generational curse of poverty is to be broken at this point. Hallelujah. Let it be, let it be, let it be. You are supposed to do more. You are supposed to be greater. And you are supposed to have to your heart's content. So guys, I'm here. I'm at my destination. Make sure you text me if you want that information. 708-986-1396. Shoot me a text. Let me know you was on the Facebook Live. You wanted to get the information on how to have money. You want to learn how to have money and not just make money. Because there's a difference in making money and having it. It's a huge difference. A huge difference. It's a beautiful thing to be able to go and just play golf when you want to in the middle of the day when everybody else is at work at 9:30 and we out on the links. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. I'm out on the links and man, I don't even know how to play golf, but because I have money. When I say I have money, it's like the banks. The bank has your money, and the bank is multiplying it in the foreign exchange. Look, I'm gonna give you this, then I'm gonna go. Imagine you was 29 years old and you was blessed with $100,000. You took that money and you put it in the bank. The bank said, we're going to give you 4%. 4% on that money. No bank is going to give you 4%, but I'm going to find a good bank that says we're going to give you 4%. And you'll leave it there until you retire at age 65. At 4% based on the rule of 72, by the time you retire at 65, that $100,000 will multiply into $400,000. Not bad, huh? You started with 100. They gave you 4%, and by the time you're 65 and retire, you got $400,000. Now, I'm not talking about inflation because we're not going to even go with inflation. We just going to say you got $400,000 and you started with $100,000. But the bank because the bank understands how to have money and how to give the money a job and make it multiply. The bank is going to get, let's say, 12% for the year. Really, the bank is going to get more than that per year, but let's just for this sake of the live, the bank is getting 12%. So by the time you're 65 and the bank writes you a check, a deposit for $400,000, they wipe their hands. You're like, ooh, I got $400,000. I'm straight. I'm 65. I'm good. At 12%, the bank got $6,400,000. Your $100,000 that you put in the bank at 29, once you retired at 65, the bank at 4% gave you $400,000. The bank at 12% collected $6,400,000. They wrote you a check for $400,000 and they kept $6 million of the money that you started with your principal. Is that fair? It's fair if you did not know how to have money. It's fair if only you knew was how to make money. If all you knew how to do was go and make money. I work, I get paid, I make money. I make money hand over foot. I make money, I make money, I make money. But you don't have any money. You took that $100,000 and you put it in the bank at 4%, and they gave you $400,000 and they kept $6 million. Who has the money? If you knew a place where you could put your money in and make it work just like the bank makes it work, would you do that? Would you take your $100,000, put it in a place where you got 12%, and by the time you were 65, you had $6,400,000? Would you do that? Yes or no? Yeah, of course I would. Why wouldn't I? Of course. But you didn't know. And because you didn't know, it's okay. It's okay that the bank got $6 million off of your $100,000 deposit and gave you $400,000. It's okay because you didn't know. My mama didn't know. My daddy didn't know. My grandmama didn't know. My granddaddy didn't know. My great-great-grandparents did not know. So because we did not know how to have money, it's okay. But now it's not. Now it's not okay. Because now you know how to have money. And if you don't take advantage on how to have money for yourself, and if you don't teach this skill to your children, if you keep this and take this information and say, oh, that's bullshit, there's no way in the world that the bank would only give me $400,000 and keep $6 million, if you keep believing that bullshit, get off my live. For real. You gotta wake up at some point in time. If intelligence is important, if education is important, if your family is important, if you want to live the lifestyle that you desire is important, keep listening. Keep listening. Because the banks have been doing it for generations, bro. Been doing it for generations, sis. We keep putting our money in the bank. And I'm going to tell you, look, if you have $500 in the bank, right? You got $500 in the bank. Next month, how much money do you got in the bank? Most people would say $500. I say no. You got $492 because they charge you $8 for a monthly fee. Quit playing. Quit playing. What kind of interest are you getting on your money in the bank right now? Is the bank giving you 1% interest for the year on your money? Probably not. So if you got $500 in the bank, at the end of the year, they give you 1%. You got $505 in the bank. Would you loan your friend $500 and tell him in a year give you back $505 just for interest? Hell no, you wouldn't do that. But we're doing it in the bank because that's what we were taught. We would go to work, get a job, get direct deposit, put it in the bank. How many of you heard of a brokerage account? You ever heard of a brokerage account? A brokerage account doesn't charge you any fee. What does a brokerage account do? Your broker is the person that allows you to trade in foreign exchange. I told you your phone is a currency exchange. On your phone is your own personal currency exchange. You have the power on your smartphone. Become smarter than your phone, guys. Understand you are smarter than your smartphone. So once you understand this skill and you say, well, how can I turn my phone into a currency exchange? You've all been in the currency exchanges before, especially on Friday when you drive past the currency exchange and the line is like just super long. Everybody in there trying to cash their checks. You have the power of a currency exchange on your own phone right now, turning 20 cents into $1 a day. 20, 40, 60, 80, $1. $1 and the $5 every week. $1 and the $5 every week from your phone. 20 cents into $1. Guys, that might not sound like a lot right now. How long have you been going to work? If you've been going to work for the past 10 years and you make $50,000 a year, that's $500,000. That's $500,000 over the past 10 years. How much do you have of it now? Or are you waiting for your next paycheck? How much of that $500,000 in 10 years do you have today? Do you plan on being around for the next 10 years? Do you plan on living for the next 10 years? Anything can happen. We know that. Everything that we do is a risk. Going to work is risky. You can get fired Monday. Driving on the highway next to somebody who's drunk and you don't know they're drunk or inebriated in the car next to you while you're driving on the expressway, that could be a risk. So don't sit there and say, well, investing is risk. Every fucking thing in the world has a risk to it. But if you plan on living for the next 10 years, you plan on still being here 10 years from now. I just took you 10 years ago, you was making $50,000 a year. I don't care if it was $30,000 a year. I don't care if it was $20,000 a year. You take that for the 10 years, you add that up. How much of that shit do you have right now? And it's not a lot because all we know how to do is make money. We don't know how to have money. So now that you are learning how to have money, you got to start small. So it's okay to start with 20 cents, 2 dimes, 4 nickels. It's okay. You started with that. You turn that 20 cent into $1. Let that 20 cent go to work for you, and that 20 cent turns into $1. You do that every day for 10 years. I promise you this. After doing that for 30 days, you will no longer be doing 20 cents into $1 because your brokerage account will have grown to the point where now you are trading 30 cents, 40 cents. That number will continue to grow. Will you continue to be profitable every single day? Name me a sports team that went undefeated. In any sport that went undefeated. Miami Dolphins. Who else went undefeated the whole regular season and the playoffs? I know the Miami Dolphins did it. I know the Chicago Bears lost. They didn't do it. They lost the game in the regular season. So they weren't undefeated. Name me an undefeated sports team throughout history that hasn't lost. I can only think of that one Miami Dolphins team. Out of all of the sports, if you can name 3, 4, 5 of them, out of all the history of sports that have ever been undefeated, it's not many at all. But they play the game. And you're not going to win every single game that you play, but you're in the game. You are professionally doing this. So as you are professionally trading, will you always turn that 20 cent into $1 every single day? No, you won't. There might be a time where you take 20 cent and you might lose 40 cent. You lose your initial 20 cent and then they'll take 20 cent because of your risk management. You have to have some risk in it, of course, but you manage your risk. You manage your losses. But if you consistently did that for 10 years, I guarantee, and I should say this with a guarantee, you will have more in your brokerage account in the 10 years from starting today, 10 years now, than you do from when you started working to make money up to this point today. Off of the financial education that you have. If you want that financial education, if you want to impact and change your life and the life of your children and your children's children, Put number 1 down in the comments or shoot me a text 708-986-1396. I love you guys. I have to go. I have to go up in here because I have to show the plan to somebody else that wants financial freedom. That is what I do. I am very, very proud and happy to change the lives of as many people as possible. If you are one of them, just leave a message at the bottom. Put number 1 in the comment or shoot me a text, and I promise you, you will get that information, not only from me, but from a group of like-minded people like myself. All right. With that, guys, this is Dion Dr. Pipper Sylvester signing off. Love you guys. See you guys soon. And more likely, it'll be tomorrow. All right.